Well, welcome viewers to the channel, Dr. JWAU, theologist. We're going to do a theological, psychological examination of the Tickle versus Giggle when courts attempt to govern reality examination. The courtroom is quiet, the language remains procedural. Judges speak calmly about identity, discrimination, recognition, harm, and legal interpretation. But underneath the institutional surface, something far deeper is taking place. Civilization is attempting to decide whether reality itself can be overruled by declaration. And that is the real fracture point beneath Tickle versus Giggle. Not merely transgenderism, not merely women's spaces, authority itself. The ancient question returns again. Does humanity recognize reality or manufacture it? The atmosphere surrounding modern civilization already feels unstable. Language changes constantly. Definitions shift beneath ordinary people faster than they can psychologically process them. Women defending biological boundaries increasingly become reframed as aggressors inside systems originally designed to protect them. Silence slowly becomes safer than honesty. People outwardly repeat language they inwardly struggle to believe. And the nervous system of society begins splitting internally. And viewers, the pattern is ancient. At the Tower of Babel, humanity attempted centralized meaning without submission to divine order. The rebellion was not merely architectural, it was ontological. Humanity attempted to govern reality from itself. The result was fragmentation, confusion, division, language instability. The same pressure now appears again beneath modern institutional systems. Courts increasingly behave as though language itself can override embodiment, as though biological reality must eventually surrender before institutional recognition. That is where the spiritual danger intensifies. Because courts were never ordained to create reality. They were ordained to govern beneath it. The empire pattern repeats continually throughout history. The Exodus revealed Pharaoh as institutional absolutism. Power hardened itself against truth. The state declared itself supreme over reality. The result was, that's right, collapse. The Neo-Babylonian Empire became intoxicated with imperial self-gratification and glorification. Nebuchadnezzar exalted authority above divine order. The civilization outwardly appeared magnificent while internally rotting spiritually. Fall of the Western Roman Empire demonstrated that legal sophistication alone cannot preserve a civilization losing moral coherence underneath itself. Viewers, Rome mastered administration, law, military order, engineering. Yet fragmentation still consumed the empire once internal truth was weakened. And that is the severe theological warning beneath jurisdictional fanaticism. Societies do not collapse merely because they become technologically weak. They collapse when power detaches itself from reality, when institutions begin compelling unreality. Civilization slowly enters psychological dislocation. Female reality becomes negotiable. Biology becomes politically conditioned. Language becomes fear-governed. Conscience becomes punishable. The system still possesses courts, but increasingly loses truth. And eventually, every civilization reaches the same terrifying moment. The institution believes it possesses creator authority rather than delegated authority. And that is where judgment begins. Not always through mediative destruction. Sometimes judgment begins through confusion itself, through distrust, through fragmentation, through internal collapse beneath outward sophistication. And that, viewers, is the warning beneath Tickle versus Giggle. Not merely a legal case. A civilization standing at the edge of deciding whether creation itself must submit before institutional declaration. And history, viewers, history repeatedly shows what happens when empires attempt to govern reality instead of recognizing it. I'm Dr. J.W.A. Theologist. Like, subscribe, comment to educate me, share to help somebody else. Bye for now.